What's up, gamers? Welcome back to Kaboom!
No more Mr. Cute and Cuddly.
Come on!
We're back with yet another exciting video for you. But before we dive in, make sure to smash that subscribe button to show some love and support for this channel. Today, we will be talking about a brand new game called Naraka Bladepoint. This game seems to be just the change that a lot of Battle Royale fans are looking for. Naraka Bladepoint throws the guns away and lets the players fight it out old school. And so far, the game has managed to grab a lot of attention from players. Naraka Bladepoint is the new 60-player Battle Royale game that lets you get close and personal with your opponents in a melee combat without any guns involved. The first time that I saw this game, back when the closed beta was released, it felt like nostalgia just hit me hard. I mean, we've all been fans of the great arcade fighting games like Street Fighter that let us combo out our opponents in some of the most intense fights ever seen in games. Let's see if I can convince you to give this game a try. So, here are the top 10 reasons why Naraka is the next big Battle Royale game. Number 1, it's different. Now, I understand not everything that's different is good, but when it comes to Naraka Bladepoint, I think it's a much needed change that a lot of people have been looking for, even if they didn't know they were. But upon seeing this game in action, a lot of people have actually jumped from other Battle Royale games to this one. Naraka Bladepoint, as I stated earlier, is a fine combination of melee combat games with an intense combat system, and the tried and trusted elements of a Battle Royale. But it all comes down to personal preference, so I'll let you guys decide for yourself. Number 2, combat is on point. One of the things that I've learned over the years is that shooting games are easier than hand fighting or melee combat games because there's so much that you need to get right in order to create the sense and thrill that players crave. And the way you do it is to make sure that the combat is fluid, and so far, Naraka Bladepoint has managed to do exactly that. Especially when it comes to solo matches. You can feel the action and thrill of combat in 1v1. The animations are fluid, the combos are on point, and everything fits well together. But things do get a little hectic and messy when there are more than 2 players involved in combat. But nothing too crazy. Number 3, easy to learn, hard to master. When it comes to shooting games, we already know most of the stuff as we've been playing shooting games for quite a long time. We know what to expect and what we need to do in order to get a hold of it. But Naraka Bladepoint is quite different as it doesn't involve any guns, and most of us aren't used to melee combat. However, the game does get you through the basic stuff to get you started. The whole combat system is based on the rock, paper, scissors mechanism, which gives you 3 basic moves, and each of the moves can cancel out one of the other 2 moves, just like in a rock, paper, scissors game. And while it's somewhat easy to learn, it's insanely hard to master and takes a lot of practice. Just take my word for it.
It's over.
What? Number 4, tons of weapons. I know Battle Royale games are expected to be filled with a ton of weapons, but creating different weapons doesn't just mean changing their look, but to also make them feel different in their own way. Naraka Bladepoint has managed to do exactly that in a pretty decent way. There's a variety of weapons at your disposal, and while they mainly differ in how quick and damaging they are, these weapons also have their own combos that make them quite unique from one another. Number 5, the insane parkour system. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely love games with a good touch of parkour. I think it's refreshing and makes for some pretty fun gameplay overall, and apparently Naraka Bladepoint offers just that and much more. And it makes sense because the game thrives on swift melee combat, and if there wasn't any parkour ability in the game, it would be kinda boring. Thankfully, the game offers a ton of parkour stuff. You can climb trees, buildings, parkour your way around obstacles, and combine it with combat. You get some crazy results. Definitely a game changer. Number 6, Spools. Speaking of insane maneuvers, one thing that makes this game 100 times more fun to play are the spools. They are just too essential for the game. Combine it up with parkour, and you can do some pretty awesome tricks. You can find them spread all across the map for you to collect and just fly through the map with ease. Number 7. Characters. One of the things that most of us notice right off the bat are the characters, and if they don't look good, or thick, we don't really feel inclined to play the game. Especially if there's money on the line. Which, in this case, is. But fortunately, Naraka Bladepoint has some of the best characters for a Battle Royale game. I mean, just look at 𝐦𝐤𝐤, for instance. Isn't she a beauty? Simple alert! You get the point, right? Number 8. Animations. Now, while we're at the topic of characters, I really want to take some time and talk about how good the animation is. I'm sure you must have played a ton of games where the visuals were outstanding, the characters were attractive, and even the gameplay was spot on, but they lacked fluid animations, and it's a major turnoff for a game that includes combat. The animations just can't be anything less than perfect to make players really enjoy the gameplay, because laggy animations would just kill the whole buzz of the game entirely. And Naraka manages to provide the players with that fluid animation that makes the melee combat more intense. Number 9. Character leveling. This is where Naraka Bladepoint leaves many of the popular Battle Royale games behind, because most of them don't have features like character leveling, where you can practice to improve your character's skills and abilities over time. This adds in a lot of variety to the gameplay, even when the number of characters in the game is small itself. Naraka Bladepoint provides you with a ton of training tools that you can use to boost up your character's stats, be it the stamina for longer runs and agility, or the distance that you can travel using your grappling hook. This gives you a lot of room to play around with your character's abilities. Number 10. Customization. Naraka Bladepoint has one of the most detailed character creators that let you tweak around pretty much any and every aspect of your character. And that includes a ton of hairstyles, stunning weapon skins, ornaments that you can strap onto your waist, different grapple hook effects, and even face coverings for your character. I know, it's quite a lot to play around with, and it's only the start. I'm sure there'll be much more to come. Check out this video. It's specially selected for you. You'll like it.